Hello folks, Ty here, and it's time for some France. France is one of the more finicky adversaries. Early in the game, if Vengeance gets decent drafts and events, the matchup can be a breeze, but if you don't get good drafts and or you're hit by one of France's several nightmare events, you can die pretty early and sometimes there's not much you could have done about it. And that's because of their loss condition. You lose if there are ever 8 towns on the board. This loss condition is front and center at all times because, unsurprisingly, France makes lots of towns. That is France in a nutshell. Now let's see what kind of game we get. One of France's rules says we have to add an explorer somewhere after the explore step. We'll throw him in the Beastland in hopes that he gets chewed up. Let's start with a growth 3. This is not a great draft. I consider taking cards early that require Sacred Sites to be a pretty big cost for Vengeance. We like to spread our presence out and have it get destroyed, which is very much at odds with Sacred Sites. If we make a Sacred Site so we can defend with Guardian Serpents, we are most likely going to miss out on a disease token getting added to the board, which is definitely not good. But with that said, Guardian Serpents is really the only card here that helps to get towns off the board, so I think we have to take it. Let's grow into land 2. Whoops, missed it. We might skip the Ravage next turn, we might not, depending on what happens. We'll play Fiery and Fetid and clear out land 5. I like to visually confirm that I have every possible empty land covered with Fetid, which we do. Gain a Fear off this build. Mountains Explore. Land 1. We added the extra Explorer, and France's triangle trade says that if a city is built in a coastal land, you then add a town to an adjacent land. So next turn, this coastal mountain puts 2 towns and a city to the board, which is way too much, so I think we have to use Fetid there to cancel that build. As a side note, versus France is where I find myself most often cashing in disease tokens to stop builds early. The vast majority of the time, Vengeance wants to keep disease on the board for the fear and the ability to actually do things, but versus France you sometimes have to do whatever you can to hold off their loss condition. A disease token for 2 towns and a city is a very good trade, but this does still hamper us a little bit. I guess we could growth 2 here, play Strike-Low and Plague Bearers, kill an Explorer in land 1 with Epidemics, and then maybe we get to keep the disease token there. But then the only way we can defend land 6 next turn is another growth 2, and we'd play only Guardian Serpents for that turn. I'm not too big on that. I think it'd be better if we dig for some more answers. So yeah, let's grow 3 for a draft. Entrap is an excellent Vengeance card, but we cannot hit our innates this turn, so it doesn't help us at all versus the towns. I think we have to take Visions because it'll save us a town being built in land 6. Again, not a fantastic draft. Not super thrilled about how this game is looking. We'll put a presence in land 6 for Visions, and we'll put another one there next turn to defend it with Serpents. We'll play Visions, and I guess we will play Strike Low here. There's not going to be another spot to use it this cycle, and France adds Blight off their escalation, so I may as well get our value off it now. Yeah. Move this guy over. Skip this Ravage. Resourceful Populace. First part doesn't matter, we're not destroying anything. Add a disease to an inland with buildings. We'll put it in the jungle to keep it out of the land with Dit-On. We do not have 3 Dit-On in our land, sadly. Growing into land 2 may have been a mistake over land 3 or 7. France says that if a fear card would remove an explorer, instead we push it. I think we'll move him over to the diseased wetlands. We can pick him off with Epidemics next turn. Ravage, no blight. There's no modifiers, right? Cancel this build. And Sands Explore. We'll throw the extra Explorer in the diseased jungle. Slave Rebellion is turn after next, so it will get the Sands town before it ravages. And let's growth 2 here and play out our cards. We'll make a Sacred Site for Serpents. And we'll add a presence to the sands since it's ravaging next turn. We'll either get a disease token or maybe we'll get lucky and hit something like coordinated defense. Actually, oh, I didn't mean to go back that far. Whoops. Let's instead make a sacred site in the Blighted Sands, so that after we reclaim, we can defend it with Serpents too. Yeah, and we're seeing the consequence of needing early sacred sites here. We miss out on a disease in land 1, and because we don't put presence down next turn either, we miss it in land 7 too. This is a major hit to Vengeance's game plan. And this is one of the consequences of using up disease tokens and sometimes playing too defensively. Epidemics has no power, and Epidemics is like the spirit's bread and butter. I think we ping the town in land 8, just in case we get the event where disease deals 1 damage to everything, since we are very desperate to get towns off the board. Okay, we do get disease damage, which is helpful, but oh man, Fortune Seekers. This is one of the France Nightmare events. With how far behind we are, this could definitely be lights out for us. At least we don't have to escalate this turn. Small silver lining. We could have picked the wetlands for the disease damage, but then we lose a Dahan and we miss out on this reclaim, and I think we need all the support we can get. This does now mean Fortune Seekers puts 2 explorers in land 8, but at least we have disease there if we need it. So we get to reclaim a card, and I gotta think here. This possibly changes everything. Could I reclaim Serpents, please? Strike low is no good next turn. Visions and Fire we lack Animal, so I think Fetid is actually the pick. Little bit of a weird spot. But yeah, we're gonna grab Fetid. Mountains Ravage, yep. We take down our first town of the game, a little bit late. Coastal Lands Explore. We had no escalation this turn and we got coasts? Come on. At least we didn't get back-to-backed. Would have probably killed us. Alrighty. I think we have to Plague Bearers this wetlands, get some pressure off it when it ravages, and cancel land 1's build again. Okay, so I will openly admit that I am a value fiend who easily talks himself into not reclaiming if I'm still able to hit my max card plays, but that aside, with coasts now building, we have to cancel land 1's build again. And if we reclaim here, like, what are we even doing? Serpents to defend the sands. We probably have to play Fetid to replace the disease token in the coastal mountain after we stop the build so that we can strike low it when it ravages. We take down 1 town with epidemics, Slave Rebellion gets another, 3 towns are being built, we 100% have to do an escalation this turn. We are then massively starved on energy and will likely have to go top track. My gut's telling me that's not a winning line. I feel like if we don't take the Cascade this turn, we probably need to take it next turn. So we might as well grow now, go to 3 energy. That'll let us go for a major to maybe bail us out when we reclaim. And then this turn, we hope our draft finds us a good fast animal card like Blood Calls Predators or Quicken. What's it called? 1 damage per Dahan. Veiled and Ice Hunt, that would play here too. Sap or Domesticated Animals would be fine. We got hits in the deck is what I'm saying. And if we completely whiff this draft, we could put a disease down with our growth 3 as a very last resort. Have I sufficiently rationalized my reckless play? Or we could get no animal. Okay, alright. Scour the Land would clear out the coastal jungle. It'd just mean we'd be taking an ungodly amount of blight this turn. That'd be 4, probably 5 with the escalation. So if our Blighted Island card has 3 blight on it, it means we'd be dead. There's only 4 of those, so statistically speaking, we should live. So yeah, I guess this makes the most sense. We'll have to make yet another sacred site for Scour though, because our sands one isn't going to survive and our mountain one doesn't reach the jungle. Putting our presence in the wetlands will also let us defend it next turn with serpents, which, provided we live this turn, we absolutely will need to do. We could easily die this turn. We need the blight card to help us, and a Sands Explorer assuredly kills us, but can't play around that. I don't think we'll need to worry about blight not getting added. 1 damage per beast, it's mildly helpful. Added on is super helpful. We put it on the sands and it clears it out when it ravages. Yeah. Fear card is Seek Safety. Push an Explorer.
Get ready, everybody. He's about to do something stupid.
I feel like we should reduce the Explorers in Wetlands Land 5. We're going to cascade into that land off of the Sands Ravage. And if Wetlands is the next Explorer, we can Epidemics there next turn. And that'd mean only 2 towns get built, which might be manageable. The mountains have beast tokens, and hopefully the plan is to nuke land 3 with Scour. So I think this makes sense. Yeah, that doesn't change it, Ty. Yeah, I guess. We go to a very painful Ravage. Let's do land 7 first. Clear it out. And let's see what our blight card is. Thriving Communities. This is a good one against France. Or at least usually it is. All of our towns are only in 2 lands. So we have to upgrade these 2 lands. And then we have to pick 2 more. I'm going to screw this up, I know it. So we absolutely have to put blight down off the escalation, not a town. We don't want land 2 because we have to defend it next turn. So we don't want the extra power there. We don't want land 3 because then a city will be built, which kills us. That leaves 5, 6, 8. 8 makes a lot of sense to me because jungle is our best draw, and at this point we should definitely play towards that. And because land 5 is blighting, I think we pick that too.
This is just appalling and outrageous.
What? Did I miss something?
Oh, God! No, Homer, no! This is outrageous! You can't do that! No!
You really are stupid.
Go to build. Oh, blight was added. We're dead if we don't cancel this build, so this seems strong. Jungle, 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 jungle. Oh my god. So not only were we not just insta-killed by the Explorer there, I think we might even be in this game. Dare I say that? Alright, nuke land 3. Boom. Fetid here so we can skip Ravage next turn. We were due some good luck, right? Okay, reclaiming here. Seems like a good idea. That's why you watch me, folks. We got 3 energy a turn, major time. Instrument seems decent. We will not be able to play it this turn, but provided we survive, we should be able to put it to good use. Pretty sure Scour can go. So we are alive, but on life support here. Well, actually we're dead on board, but we can skip the Ravaging Mountain, and we can defend the Wetlands for 4. And getting either 1 damage or defend in a land with Presence, Dahan, and a Beast isn't much to ask from 2 level 2 fear cards and an event, so I'm hopeful we don't die in the Ravage step. I'm more concerned about the Explorer step, as is a Wetlands Explorer kills us. Also with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blight on the board, and 2 of them in a single land, there's at least 2 events that just straight up kill us when drawn, which our only recourse to at the moment is to win as fast as we can. We'll try our best. Defend the Wetlands, skip this Ravage, Terror level 2. Epidemics, definitely the jungle. But do we want the town or the explorers gone? Let's go with explorers. Actually, we're going to cancel this build anyways, so we might as well get rid of the town now to keep the town count low. Next turn we can grow into that land and use Fiery Vengeance to clean it out. I guess our other option is to destroy the town in land 5. That would keep us alive to a wetlands draw. But I think we need to play to win here instead of playing to not lose. Help us please event. The best event in the game qualifies as help. Yep, thank you. This is bonkers. We get to go to 4 energy here. And where we put presence is possibly very relevant because any blighted island effect that makes us sack presence gives us disease. Next draw is either wetlands, sands, or mountains. I think we go in wetlands. There's more stuff there, and land 6 is getting cleared. Yeah. And each beast token deals 2 damage. Yes, please. We will definitely trade those off for towns. Guardian Serpent's paying off. Years of Little Rain, nuts as usual. And a bit of defense we don't need. Fear card 1. Is possibly the best card we could have got. We pull a Dahan into the wetlands, ping the city, the land clears during Ravage, and then we survive a wetlands draw. Not bad. Second fear card. Nerves Fray. Add 2 strife tokens in a land that's not ravaging. Okay, so we do have instruments. We could set something up with that. Or what else do we need to worry about here? I kind of like the idea of strifing these 2 pieces. Then if Wetlands Explorers, we can cancel the build, and then a single Explorer won't ravage there. Or Blight, I mean. Also, by that time, we'd be able to cover the other wetlands with Guardian Serpents again, which would be pretty tempo positive. I think we can cover everything else, so yeah, I like this. Ravage, and the Dahan clear the wetlands for us. Cancel this build. And Sands is our Explorer. We'll make a town so we don't die. Seems good. We could add the extra Explorer to land 3 and have it die in Ravage, but I don't want to risk us dying to even more events. We've got the board under control, we've got the loss condition under control. The only thing we die to this game is events. So let's go to 3 card plays. And we play Fiery, Instruments, and Plague Bearers. This will solve a lot of stuff for us. Fiery clears land 8. Instruments will kill all the Explorers in land 7, and then we can use Savage Revenge to kill the city. Town will be strifed. Epidemics and Plague Bearers cleans up most of land 4. Seems alright to me. We just gotta fade a lethal event or 2. Oh, we need a Sacred Site in land 8. We've made so many this game, I figured we had everything covered. Okay, back way up. Okay, Sacred Site in land 8. Play the cards. Fiery. Epidemics. And Instruments. Event Do Not Kill Us. Thank you. This don't do nothing. Push from a beast token. Next draw could be mountains, so we definitely want to push this explorer. We don't want to push into the wetlands, because in theory we have that covered, and pushing there would mess that up. Once France gets to level 3, like, lots of towns start getting built, so I want to be careful where I put this guy. We could safely push into the jungle. I guess so. We have time before jungle shows up again. And this does nothing. Remove an explorer or town from inland. This is most likely the town in land 7. But where's Slave Rebellion at? Not next turn, but turn after. We're still a ways off from Terra level 3, right? Yes, we are. Yeah, this is really good then. We might be able to go for a Terra level 2 victory now. This build is fine. Mountains Explore. And we'll add the town here so we don't die. We're going to put the Explorer in the Ravaging Sands. I know last turn we didn't, but we should have 2 or 3 fear cards next turn as insurance against the +1 damage event. I think we should use Savage Revenge in land 6. Because our other powers handle the other lands, and this way we can defend it with Serpents down the road. Flag Bearers I think we use on land 4 and pull the pieces we can up to land 1. This will let us get rid of both cities next turn. We are 10 fear away from Terra level 3, right? Yeah. Fiery can kill this. Epidemics can kill the other city. Yep, reclaim. So we can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fast fear this turn. We're close. He was 10 fear, right? Yeah. Gonna go for a major here. If we spike one of Vengeance's S tiers, which I personally consider to be Bloodrack Plague and Pent-Up Calamity, we could win right here. Yep, let's do it. No such luck. We could threshold this. Somehow I doubt that's good. Nope. I guess infinite vitality is a thing, though. Okay. So the couple of events that force us to unconditionally add blight are the only things we need to look out for, right? If we take and play infinite vitality on land 4 this turn, I believe that protects us from the events that would kill us. So that's like pretty good. But then we don't have the energy to play instruments. We would really like to use instruments this turn to chew up some of the explorers in land 1, because we could theoretically die to an event this turn that says builds ignore a disease. We could use epidemics to kill some explorers to cover that, but we really want to use epidemics to kill the city because we need this game to end ASAP. And if we play Fiery, Instruments, Plague Bearers this turn, we have a win in next turn's fast, even if we get an event this turn that ignores disease. So I guess the question then is, if we take and play Infinite Vitality instead of Instruments, can we also win in next turn's fast? Because if we can, then we dodge all the events that kill us. I don't think so, but please feel free to prove me wrong. When I'm in doubt, I generally go with whatever destroys the most things. I'm a simple man. So yeah, I don't think we need any of these, and we hope to dodge one more bullet. So let's play these, and Plague Bearers, right? Yeah. Alright, no lethal event. Easy peasy, let's go. Fiery, city down. Epidemics, city down. Oh wait, I'm dumb. Instruments, other stuff down. Now epidemics. City down. And let me just check. Yeah, don't think we can squeeze 4 more fear out of this turn. Epidemics again. Same city down. Non-lethal event. Blight spreads is fine. Let's destroy some presents. How about you? And you. Oh, read the whole card, Ty. There, I read it. Sack some presents. Beast deals a damage. With no town being built in Land 6, we actually just win right now. Cancel the build, then Plague Bearer Savage Revenge the town. This also works. Bye-bye. That was a dicey one. I mean, we did win, but I'm not feeling super confident about how I played it. I'm sure when I rewatch this, I'll spot some mistakes. If you spot any, let me know too. We had a lot of bad luck in the first half of that game, and then a bunch of good luck in the second half, so it all bounced out. I think I have to give MVP to Guardian Serpents. Even though it did lead us astray with all the Sacred Site requirements, it did save us 2 Blight, and I think we got lots of free beast damage that game, including destroying a couple towns, which is amazing versus France. We got pretty lucky with Scour the Land and our Blight card not killing us on the huge Blight turn. Very strange game, but that's France sometimes. Thank you very much for watching.